Nisha, and welcome back to another video. I have a special guest. This is Mo from AllThings MoElle.
Hey y'all.
Yes. We've been planning to do this video for a while, but Corona happened.
Yes.
And we're not gonna let Corona stop us from being great. So we're gonna come here today and we're gonna actually be doing each other's hair.
Yes.
We have similar hair and we'll probably talk about that later. And we like similar products, but then there's also products that we differ on, but we're just gonna try each other's wash and go techniques out on each other. But yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm also
excited.
a little bit nervous because I don't know, I just get nervous when somebody else is trusting me to do their hair. It's like I don't want to mess it up or anything, but
no, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I'm like, I mean, I know how to do my hair, but
right, exactly.
But I mean, I think if I was gonna have anybody else do my natural hair, it'd be you. It'd be another natural hair YouTuber that knows what they're doing, and so I feel good about this.
Right.
But first, before we get into the video, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell, and head on over to Mo's channel, do the same thing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, that way you're up to date every time we upload. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into the video.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So one way that our routines differ is that I like to shingle. Now she does not like to shingle. It is very time consuming.
Yes.
But I have just found that I get more definition and more longevity out of the style when I shingle. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I always start off by applying my leave-in conditioner first throughout my whole head. Then I'll go back through and do my styler. And the products that I'm going to be using, have TGINs. I don't know if you can see this, but this is their Miracle Repair Protective Leave-In.
I've actually never tried that. I've tried the leave-in from the Rose collection, and I really liked it, and so that intrigued me to like try more of their leave-in. So I'm excited to see how that does with my hair.
Yeah, it's actually very similar to the Rose one. I like this one a little bit more because it has a little more slip in it, but they're both very similar.
Okay.
And then for my styler, now Nisha is not an eco girl, I'm an eco girl, but I'm going to be using one of my favorite ecos, and this is one of the newest ones actually. This is the Super Olive, the 10 times moisture one that just recently came out, so that's what we're going to use to style. So I'm excited.
And the thing about eco is I like how it looks, but it just always flakes.
Gotcha.
Or at least the ones that I've tried. I've only tried the argan and the olive oil.
Okay.
And those flakes. So ever since then, I'm like,
And what's so funny is I don't use either of those for my wash and goes.
Okay.
I use, well, the olive one, I haven't used that one in years. The regular olive one, this is the newest one. But the argan one, I usually only use for slick back styles. I've never used it for a wash and go.
Okay.
So maybe some of the newer gels you might like a little better on your hair. Another thing that I noticed in your routine is that you'll usually do a leave-in, a cream, and a styler.
Yeah.
Am I right? So I usually only do a leave-in and then a styler. So that's another difference that we will have.
Yeah, I don't be trusting the gel sometimes, so I feel like I gotta go in with a little extra protection.
I understand. That's why I usually try to just pick the most moisturizing leave-ins that I have when I know I'm gonna be doing a wash and go. So hopefully this one will be moisturizing enough for you.
Right. I'm excited. But I know that like we have different techniques. We like some of the same products. There are products that we differ in a little bit, but I feel like our hair is similar. It's not the same because I would classify my hair as type 4, and I'm sure
Me too.
Yeah, type 4 and low porosity, for sure. Very low porosity. And then I feel like hair density is similar. I feel like mine might be a little bit more dense.
I was just going to say that you have a lot of hair.
Yeah, I got a big head. I got a lot of hair. But I find that my strands though are fine. I just
Mine
have a
too.
lot of hair.
Mine too. Mine too. Which is why I like heavy products, but sometimes I have to really watch what I'm using. Like if I want my hair to turn out a certain way, because my strands are so fine, sometimes it can get too weighed down and it doesn't give me like the bounce and the body that I want. So that's one of the things that comes with having fine hair.
Also, funny story is that we actually knew each other prior to YouTube, and we have friends and people in common. So
yeah, so I actually was following Nisha before I even got into YouTube. She was one of my favorite YouTubers that I would watch consistently, and I started following her on Instagram. And one day I was looking at her stories, and she had a story with her cousin on there, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know him. We went to high school together. So I messaged her and told her that. And we both realized that we both went to the same high school. We just went at different times.
Right.
So it's funny that we had that connection. And then one of her best friends, I know her because I was really good friends with her brother. So it's like we were connected and didn't even know it.
Right.
So we ended up actually meeting each other last year when Curl Fest came to Atlanta. We decided to meet up there. So that was our first time kind of hanging out and getting to know each other a little more. And like I said, like she said, we have been planning to do this collab for a long time, but COVID and life stuff just got in the way. But here we are now, finally. So
I think we were planning it since like January. Yeah. But I know January was a busy month for me. And then we were gonna do March, but then COVID hit and we were in quarantine.
Yep. And I know we're technically still supposed to be in quarantine, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Life has to move on at some point.
Yeah, I think it's fine being around a few people, but just don't be out like at parties or even restaurants. I'm still a little weary about.
Me too. I haven't been to any sit-down dine-in restaurants yet.
I've been to one, and we went at a time where there weren't a lot of people. The waitress was wearing a mask. We were wearing a mask up until pretty much it was time to eat. But it wasn't too bad. But then I went another day to that same restaurant to pick up food, and there were so many people in there, and I was like, yeah, if there was this many people when I went, we would have had to go somewhere else.
Okay, so now that I have applied all of her leave-in conditioner, I like to do my wash and go section by section. So we're just gonna start with this back section right here. Her hair is still pretty wet, so what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and detangle a little bit with the Felicia Leatherwood brush, just to make sure that there are no lingering tangles.
Yeah, and I tried to detangle as much as possible earlier, but you know how our hair is, it still can get tangled. And this is also something else that we differ, because I think pretty much once I start my wash and go, I don't use any tools, I just use my fingers. But I definitely know the brush, obviously it detangles your hair, but also can further define your curls as well. Alright,
so I use a lot of product because again, I like definition and I like for it to last. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna start with this much on this back section and just apply it starting at the ends. I like to smooth it through first to make sure that it is, on the whole section, that all of the strands are coated. And once I feel like they are, then I will start to shingle. And I'll put a little bit more on the roots just because I know my roots can get very puffy, and I'm always sure to put a lot of product on the roots. And also I find when I put product on my roots, I get a lot more movement out of the wash and go once it's dry.
That's true.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of puffy roots at all. And I feel like the gels that I've been trying recently, they give me puffy root vibes. And so I'm always a little bit concerned. But I will say I haven't had terrible results with the gels that I've tried previously. But they scare me at first. I'm like, these roots.
Right. So for those that don't know what shingling is, it's basically when after you've applied the product, you're just separating the pieces of hair. so that you basically end up with uniform curls. So that is what I'm doing now. So as you can see, it is time consuming, especially when you have a lot of hair, but it's just my preferred method. And you can probably already see her curls are like, they popping already, so.
All right, so the first section is done. Ooh, look at these curls. Wow. I like it. But all right, y'all, so we're gonna continue to do my hair. Fast forward through this footage because we're gonna be here a little while.
Right.
But we'll definitely show you the final results, wet results, and then of course the dry results.
So we are done applying all the product. Now what I typically do after I've applied the product is sit under the dryer, especially if I'm in a hurry, so that it can dry under there. And then whatever parts of the hair is not dry, I'll use my diffuser, and then I like to stretch it because I have a lot of shrinkage, and shrinkage on a wash and go is not cute. So that is what we're gonna do while hers is drying. She's gonna be doing mine. So if you guys want to see how her method on me is going to turn out, then you have to head over to my channel to see that. But we're gonna let her dry, and then we will come back when you're dry and when we get ready to stretch it. So
yeah, I'm excited. My hair looks like, I haven't seen it up close, but seeing it in the viewfinder and like out of the corner of my eye, it looks really good. I can already tell this is about to be bomb, so I'm super excited. And yeah, we basically have the same method as far as like drying our hair. I'll sit under the dryer. It's not all the way dry. Diffuse it, stretch it, all that good stuff. So I'm excited.
all right, yeah. So we'll be back.
Okay, y'all, so our hair is pretty much dry as we can stand it. Yeah. Being under the dryer and diffusing and all that good stuff. So Mo is going to stretch out my hair because we got some shrinkage, and we want to, I guess, you know, elongate the curls just a little bit. So
So I would typically, if I don't have anywhere to go, I would band my hair to stretch it, and typically would let it, you know, stay overnight. I would sleep on it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use my blow dryer to stretch today. Before I use the blow dryer, I always like to break my cast a little bit, especially because I don't use a cream like she uses on her wash and goes, so that it's not too stiff. I like to break the cast, so I'm going to be using the matching serum that goes with the leave-in that I use, hair anti-breakage serum. So I'm just going to put just a little bit, like literally just a little bit. I don't put a lot because a little bit of this goes a long way. So I just rub it in my hands like this and then just scrunch out a little bit of the crunch. I like to leave some crunch so that the style lasts, you know.
Right.
But I do like to put this on if I know I'm about to use a blow dryer to stretch my hair. And I love this serum so much. It's so good.
It smells really good. I can smell it.
And I've literally had this forever, and as you can see, I'm still like, I haven't used a lot. Yeah. I've had this for so long because it doesn't take a lot at all.
It still looks full, like you just bought it.
Take a clip so that I can really get to stretching each section, and I'll literally just start from the front and work my way around.
I'm gonna get close up so y'all can see. Ooh, look at my curls. They look so good. I don't know, you might have made me a eco style style or whatever they call it. So I just was messing with the wrong ones.
Yeah. And I don't see any flakes, so I know that's something you've had issues with before.
Right,
you know, so.
Exactly. When I was drying my hair, I was like, okay, it's not flaking.
Yeah.
No, this looks good. All right, y'all, so we're back. Our hair, it is mostly dry. We did stretching and everything, which stretching just really brings the whole style together, especially if you experience a lot of shrinkage. But here are my final results, and my hair feels and looks so good. It has that crunch that I love. I know that this wash and go is going to last the whole week and even longer if I let my hair go past like 7 days, but it looks so good. And I'm gonna have to take a picture of this eco style gel so I know which one to get next time I'm at the beauty supply store. So yeah, I'm loving this. It feels so good.
Yay.
And it looks so good, and it's super shiny too, like super shiny.
And there's no flakes. That's what she was worried about.
Yes, no flakes. And my hair still feels moisturized with that leave-in, so I'm gonna have to pick up that leave-in also.
Yeah, it's really good. I know they have it at Ulta. I've seen it at Sally's. I think I've seen it at Target too. So
okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up these products and try this wash and go combo again. But thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you check out AllThings MoElle, her channel, and see where I do her hair, and you'll see the whole process of how we got this wash and go as well. So yes, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and as always, I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every one of y'all watching, and until next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.